Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. In today's video, we will demonstrate how to connect a simple residential drip system to an existing sprinkler system. Many residential landscapes have automated sprinkler systems in place that are connected to an irrigation controller. It's not difficult to convert part or all of the sprinkler system into a more efficient, low-volume system, while still utilizing existing automatic valves and timers. This video will show you what dig products you will need and how to put them together to connect half-inch drip tubing to an existing half-inch sprinkler riser. Let's get started by selecting a riser that is close to the area that needs to be irrigated. Most risers will be about 6 to 10 inches above ground level, which is a bit too high for our purposes. It may be necessary to dig up the riser, unscrew it, and install a shorter one. We want the top of the riser to be about 3 to 5 inches above the soil surface. Next, we need to unscrew and remove the existing nozzle so we can screw on the conversion elbow. Then, it's a good idea to open the system valve for a moment and flush out the riser, just to make sure that no debris gets into the tubing. There are a few fittings that need to be connected at the riser. These parts are known as the head assembly. The head assembly consists of the conversion elbow, the pressure regulator, and the swivel adapter. These parts can be purchased together under model number DSR or purchased separately. All of these parts have hose threads and will screw together by hand. Do not use a wrench or apply any Teflon tape or thread sealant. The next step is to connect the half-inch poly tubing to the swivel fitting. It's best to uncoil the poly tubing and lay it out in direct sunlight if possible. This will make the tubing more pliable and easier to force into the compression fitting. Take the end of the poly tubing and force it into the fitting while moving it from side to side. Keep pushing the tubing into the fitting until the end is about 3/4 of an inch inside the edge of the fitting. Lay the tubing out through the area next to as many plants as possible. The first part to go onto the riser is the conversion elbow, which converts the riser to male hose thread. Screw it on the top of the riser, turning it clockwise until it is hand tight. The next component to connect is the pressure regulator, which brings the outgoing pressure down to 25 psi. Turn the regulator clockwise on the elbow until it is hand tight. The third and final fitting is the swivel adapter, which connects the half-inch poly tubing to the pressure regulator. Turn the female threaded side clockwise onto the pressure regulator until it is hand tight. The C38 swivel T can be substituted for the C34 if it is necessary to run the tubing out in two opposite directions. Now it's just a simple matter of connecting the drippers, drip line, or micro sprayers to the half-inch poly tubing. Use the punch tool to punch a hole in the side of the poly tubing and connect a dripper, sprayer, or drip line by using the 1/4 inch barb. If the half-inch tubing is next to the plants, the drippers can be inserted directly into the half-inch poly tubing. If the plants are not close to the poly tubing, the drippers can be installed at the end of 1/4 inch micro tubing. To do so, first push the end of the microtube over a 1/4 inch barb connector, and then push the barb into the hole. Then, run the microtube out to the plant and install a dripper at the end. Secure the dripper to the soil above the root zone by installing a stake. To irrigate trees and larger shrubs, connect 1/4 inch drip line and coil it around the tree. To irrigate areas of ground cover or flower beds, micro sprinklers can be connected to the microtubing in the same manner. Make sure the combined flow rate of all the emission devices does not exceed 220 gallons per hour. After the drippers or drip line are connected, open the zone valve for a minute or two and flush out all the lines. The last step is to close off the end of the tubing with a flush cap or figure 8, and then open the valve again and check the system for coverage and leaks. Since drip systems run for a longer duration than sprinkler systems, adjustments to the watering timer schedule will probably be necessary. The system is now complete and ready to provide many years of efficient operation. These are just a few of the many water-saving products from DIG. To learn more about our other efficient irrigation products or drip irrigation in general, please log on to digcorp.com. Thanks for watching.